Oh, hey there. You've caught me doing a cylinder installation. So why don't I show you guys how to do it? So anyway, yeah, this thing was super dirty. I pretty much just pulled everything apart and cleaned it and put it back together. Alright, so unfortunately I had videos of me installing the piston, but I think this video is more like setting squish. It'll be very brief, but I'll make another video on installing pistons, because this one will probably pay for probably the 576. Unfortunately, this cast on this piston, it wasn't really the greatest, so I've had to go in there with the rotary tool and clean up a lot of the castings. They would just be like flaky, so we don't want anything getting sucked in and farted out, and just absolutely stuffing up your jug. But the OEM are saying roughly it's saying 48.8, so it's a 49mm bore, and this one is reading 50.95. So this is a 51mm bore, so it's a big bore kit, which basically means that if we put this on here, the 570 now turns into a 575, 576 model. Alright, so you want to get this tool, which is a small engines installer. So you should clank that onto there. You want to pinch the rings, and you want to make sure, I almost just installed it wrong, but you want to make sure that your piston dimples line up with the rings. If they don't, you don't get any brum brum noises, you get kaboom boom noises. Just like that. You have now installed the piston, everything's fallen apart. Push that down. Now, I measured this before and it read 0.0325 thou for the squish. So I know that it doesn't need a base gasket. Generally you want to aim for about 22 to 35. Obviously the more closer you get to zero, the more compression you will have. So you want to make sure that this is tight. And now you want to grab your solder. So this is 1.6 lead-free solder. Yeah, don't use the lead one because you'll get lead poisoning and you'll get really sick. So that's kind of the shape that you want to go for. Just an L. And you want to feel around and you want to touch the exhaust side wall for it to reach the top of the squish. Rotate the engine to top dead center. Should just be like that. They're reading 0.0315 inches. So that is pretty good. I'm happy with that. You can change this later by machining the deck, but I'm happy with those numbers. So I'm going to now check the intake side. Now you can do it by hand, or you can do it with a socket, it doesn't really matter. So, look, a couple isn't too bad. Like if it's off, as long as we're not too close or it's too far, as long as it's in that range and not close to detonation, then you should be fine. I'll bolt this together and yeah, I'll be showing you guys it complete. So I just tricked you guys there. Since we're doing a base gasket delete, you want to be using this stuff. Basically, it's fuel resistant, so if there's any leaks, nothing will leak. So this is how it pretty much goes. And now we're going to plug everything in. So I've pretty much gotten to this point. Everything is sweet. Is check that we got spark. I know we do because I just checked it before, but how you do this is by you just take the spark plug out, take the boot off. Now I don't know if I can get a video for you guys. There we go. You guys see that? So that's really nice and healthy spark. You want the purple one. That's the good one. The purple one's the good one. This is where we're at. Everything's pretty much done. Pipes on. And I'll see you guys in the morning because it's actually like 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, it's the morning. And wow, all ready to go. So had the 365 that was just waiting on an ignition, and the 570 is all ready. So fingers crossed everything goes well. So yeah, I'll show you guys the wood pile. So, this one had a carby issue, so I literally just slapped a whole new carby on it. I'm pretty happy. So, we'll just see what this spark plug tells us. Oh, okay, not good. So, it's white. You don't want white. You want black. So. Is actually really interesting. It's funny how the 365 had the problems. It's now fixed. I can now do test cuts on that, and now this is having issues. We have a white spark plug, which means it's running too lean. I have to modify the carburetor a bit to get the high jet to 4-stroke, which just means it's getting more oil. But these have limiter stops on them, so you can only turn them so far, so it doesn't even go like two spins. It only goes like about an eighth. So I have to modify the carburetor a bit, so I'll get back to that, but we'll do some test cuts on the 365. Alright, 365, here we go. 570. Yay! It's all done. It was an earth wire and a bad tune. Yeah, it would sit on its side and it would just kind of die after a little bit. It was the tank vent, but I cleaned it and changed the filter. Now it actually turns on and off, which is good, and it's much easier to start now. Yeah, believe it or not, having a shitty earth wire can actually be the cause of a bad starting or poorly running saw. See what it can do. I'll just do a cold start, but yeah, I'm happy with it. 570. Here we go. Full choke. 2 pulls. So, I'm actually pretty happy. This video took quite a bit, just because we had hiccups with the 365 and we had hiccups with the 570, but I'm happy all issues are resolved and saws are working beautifully. Hopefully this inspires you guys. Fix some saws up and start having some fun, because man, this shit's really addictive. And enjoy the video, guys, and hope you guys have a blast.